All right, guys, so come with us as we go house hunting and also land hunting in Florida. This was 9 hours into the 11 hours trip that we had ahead of us. 95 is crazy. If you can avoid 95, please do. If I can go anywhere without going through 95, it's amazing. And just not 95, even right here within the city, going over and through 66 is ridiculous. It's just crazy. But anyways, we were sightseeing. I used to love traveling. Traveling was my thing, but no anymore. I am getting too old. So if you've been following our channel, if not, we are on Scrated Acres with the Van Dykes. But if you're not and you're right here, this is just a short version of the documentary that we've been documenting since we started this journey. So let me just bring you guys to speed. If you don't know, we have been working on moving from the city to rural life. We're trying to go live off grid, meaning we want to be self sustained. We're going to plant our own food, grow our own crops in the rural area. So we're looking for places where we don't have to live by any HOA regulations, no deed restriction. So basically, we can have a land as big as we want and do whatever with it. We have too many ideas in our head. God has been so good with us, and so we want to bring these things to fusion. And so we've talked about acquiring a land with a mobile home, or acquiring a land, building our own home, or acquiring a land with some kind of structure already on it. So we had lots of decisions to make and also lots of math to make to bring together. And so this is one of the mobile homes that we were looking at. We had gone to several manufactured home dealers. Since I'm new to manufactured homes, husband wanted to show me some of the things, the floor plans, and how also the mobile home actually looked like in person. Like I said, we've been comparing prices in terms of buying a land separately, buying a land with a structure, buying a land with building, or just purchasing a land and starting from scratch, either doing um, a trailer, however we wanted to. We wanted to go as cheap as possible. And so we were comparing apples to apples, apples to oranges, green apples to red apples. But the math wasn't mathing, yo. We wanted to, so our end goal is to live debt free. And so we have saved up some money and we wanted to use up this money for whatever we can get as much as possible. So we don't have to take out no loans. We don't want to owe nobody nothing. And so we've been looking at lots of routes to how we can live our dream. So from the manufactured home dealers, we went to see some properties. This is down in Florida. So also, if you didn't know, we were comparing some states that we had done our research to know that it's a good place for farming and also the government support farmers in terms of when it comes to grants, federal assistance, and all those things. So it's something that we had looked into. And so we were comparing Tennessee to Texas to Kansas to Florida. We had different states that we were actually looking into. So we decided to go to Florida first to see how things are. And one is because Husby has stayed in Florida. He has spent some of his life over there, knew and has established community. And so it was easy for him to, or easy for us to go back and to get established or start a farm or whatever we wanted to start and get the help that we need. With Tennessee, I loved the greenery, I loved the communities that I had looked into. But because of the community support that we were going to get in Florida, we wanted to go there first to see how the community was, how some of these buildings were, some properties, and look at pricing and all those things. So these were some properties that we went to look at. Look at how green this field is. This was 5 acres land. And as I said, we're looking for rural life. And so this is out in the Bungis. But it had a farm next to it. It had a commercial farm next to it. So that was great. Um, I'm still not into the manufactured homes. And I have been very particular about how old the manufactured home is and also the structures on it. Because coming from the city, of course, I want to, yes, I'm going to live a rural life, but at the same time, I'm a little bougie, so I want something very clean and very home like. But of course, home is where you make it, right? So we like this property, just that the building wasn't right for us. The land was great. Also, I was willing to compromise. I was looking for 5 acres or more. So if it's 5 acres or more, then of course I can build whatever I want on the land as we acquire it or as we continue to build. And so, yes, I was willing to settle if I can get a reasonable 5 acres or more land, but the structure needs some kind of help or some kind of repairing or remodeling. I was willing to do that so far as the land was fertile and also at a good location. Now, with this property, the structure wasn't great, but the land was flat enough. And I did like the fact that they had a commercial farmer next door. So it was kind of encouraging. But at the same time, the price that they were asking for wasn't where we wanted to be. We had a budget that we're working on. When we started on this journey a couple of months ago, land was very reasonable. I didn't even know land was this cheap. This was about 8, 9, 10 months ago. Land land was it was my first time looking into land, and land was very reasonable. I didn't even know I could easily buy cash or come out of pocket to buy land easily. But I guess we waited too long, and we wanted to make sure this is what we want to do. So it took us a while to come to this decision that okay, now we're going to move forward. And so by the time we made the decision, prices have gone up. If you're keeping up with the financial market, then you know things haven't been stable, especially here in the US. Interest rates fluctuates every day. Gas prices fluctuates every day, and so prices change within a twinkle of an eye. Home purchasing has been a drama. I was able to sell my home very easily, but for some reason, purchasing was just became too stressful. It's like, especially in Florida, real estate agents are just there for the money. They're not really helping the buyer negotiate nothing. And so it was very stressful getting to this process. Now, with this property, it was a real estate agent that was supposed to lead us to go look. But you can tell we were just by ourselves out there looking at lands. We would leave our hotel in the morning because it was hot, like hell hot. We will leave our hotels in the morning, and by 1, 2 o'clock, we are soaked with sweat and just tired from the heat, and no realtor is out there with us. We had to go hit the ground in the morning, go looking for properties. And so it was very stressful, but at the end of the day, I am very blessed and excited about this opportunity to be able to actually go out and pick something for myself. Of course, we didn't get this property, but it was just one of those that I remember to video when we got there. And so I wanted to show you guys some of the things that we were looking at. With rural life, houses are not next door to each other like the city life because they are vast and vast and vast of lands. And so you can have 5 acres with just a little structure on it. And by the time you get to the next door neighbor, it's about 3, 4 acres between you. And so, yes, that was what I was looking for. And so, yeah, I really enjoyed this trip. I was excited. I had this opportunity to be blessed to see all this. It was just exciting, and I loved it.